Welcome to this week's Maryland's Missing and the Murdered. Maryland's Missing and the Murdered is a weekly YouTube channel that covers the topic of missing and murdered individuals from the state of Maryland. This week, we are covering the murder of Stephanie Roper in 1982. Stephanie Roper was a 22-year-old Frostburg University student home from college in April 1982. Stephanie lived in Croom, Maryland, and on the evening of April 2nd, 1982, Stephanie went out with friends to a bar in Washington, D.C. Stephanie dropped her friend off, and Stephanie decided to drive home in Prince George's County the morning of April 3rd. While on the way home, it was reported that Stephanie fell asleep while driving and drove off the road, causing 3 flat tires. While stranded on the side of the road, 2 men stopped. The men got Stephanie into their car when they said they would drive her back to her friend's house. Rather than drive her there, they took her to a nearby barn where both men raped her. They then took her to St. Mary's County to a vacant house where she was again raped. When one of the men's nickname was used, it was decided that they could not let Stephanie go despite her pleas that she would not go to police. She tried to escape, so one of the men hit her in the head with a logging chain. She was then shot in the forehead. The men then cut off her hands, burned her body, and left her in a swamp. A week later, Stephanie's body was found. These men, Jack Jones, age 26, and Jerry Beatty, age 17, went about their daily lives until Jerry Beatty told Jack Jones's brother-in-law, Stephen Anonson, that his brother did, quote, a very bad crime, end quote. Anonson did not believe him, thinking it was a joke, until he saw news reports of the murder. Anonson then went to police. Jack Jones and Jerry Beatty were arrested for murder, rape, and kidnapping of Stephanie Roper. During their trial, it was discovered that Stephanie Roper was shot, raped, and had a fractured skull from being hit with the logging chain. Stephen Anonson testified at trial that Jack Beatty told him that he had raped Stephanie Roper and wanted to release her, but Jack Jones prevented him from letting her go. Both men were convicted of murder, rape, and kidnapping and sentenced to life in prison. Stephanie Roper's parents started a victim support group after their daughter's murder and continue to fight for victims everywhere. Thank you for joining me this week. If there is a Maryland missing or murdered case that you would like to see on this channel, email me at marylandsmissing@gmail.com. Music is by Silent Vengeance. Sources will be listed in the outro. I will see you again next week. Be kind to one another. Wash your hands. Social distance. You never know what will happen tomorrow.